Welcome to another episode of Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze, covering all the latest Bravo quote unquote news and the weekly Bravo TV lineup. This week has not treated me well. Last week I had the flu. I feel like that was a much easier week than this week. Two of my kids got sick on one day, the same day, and we had a snow day. But one of my kids, she had a stomach ache and she's like, maybe a shower will make me feel better. So she got in the shower and then she's like, Mommy. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she just starts like projectile vomiting, but like not stationary. She started like just twirling in place like a sprinkler, projectile vomiting. Thank God I was in the shower. I can't take it with the sicknesses. I hate January and February. I need to channel some Onijah energy because I haven't even washed my hair since Monday. Okay? That's how my week's going. I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch. Also, you might hear my cat just running around. She's a little bit psycho today, but hi, Tay Tay and Max. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, an orange blossom. Seeing your names in the chat just like automatically makes me feel better. So, hello, thank you, welcome. And listen, I'm channeling Onijah Hamad today. I need her energy flowing through my body 24/7. Do y'all agree? As a disclaimer, I would like to remind everyone that this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We are not here to intentionally harm anyone and by no means use this platform as an avenue for bullying, and anything said is alleged. Please do not take anything I say as Bible. I'm not a journalist, nor do I claim to be one. Nothing I say is fact-checked because, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Be cool, not all like uncool. I mean, people are going to be uncool no matter what you do, but, just say it as a disclaimer. If you are not following us on social media, make sure you do so. We are at Bravo and Blaze on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch. And we are at Jenny Blaze on YouTube. Also, we are live. We are live streaming. If you join us on YouTube, you can interact in our live chat with Tay Tay, Max, Orange Blossom. Did I miss anyone? And others. Join us. Chat amongst yourselves, ask questions, give your own thoughts on what we're talking about. You can interact with one another. I'll take breaks throughout to read the comments and share some of them. If you are a podcast listener, please note that we have visuals over here on YouTube for you to take a look at. The audio podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. To help support Bravo and Blaze, make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, and leave a 5-star review. I'm going to switch sides because I want to remind everyone that we are covering the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in more detail on Patreon, where we can speak freely in a safe and uncensored space. I don't know how many of y'all are Salt Lake City fans, but if you've been around since day one like I have, you may have noticed an uptick in negative cyber activity during season 5 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, more than usual, more than any other season, more than any other show, I would say. So I'm glad that we're speaking about Salt Lake City in our safe environment because some of y'all be wilding out. Anyways, you can sign up at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. We'll be covering the season 5 reunion part 3 on the next episode, which will be out by Monday. We're still going to talk about it though, because there's something I need to get to the bottom of that I haven't had a chance to really dig into yet, but I guess today is the day. Now is the time. What else do we have? As reminders, or as a reminder, we are doing pre-games on YouTube live before our new episodes air. So Sunday to Thursday nights, if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can join us when we go live. I wasn't able to go do 2 pre-games this week, but the goal is to do that Sunday through Thursday, and it's informal, casual. It's just a check-in before our new shows air, and it's a way to just catch up on any random things because there's so much to talk about every single day. It's hard to do this only one day a week. Anyways, if you see these thumbnails, that's what we're doing. Those are our pre-games. Okay. I also want to mention I was a guest on a podcast this week with Bravo T with a stay-at-home mom. I have the link in the show notes. You can go check that out. We talked about various things, various topics, one of them being Paige and Craig, which we will talk about today as well. We will get there. Okay, so we're going to move on to Bravo and pop culture, quote unquote, news. I had to add in the pop culture part because this week was wild, kind of in a good way, I think, kind of not. Let's see. First up, the Grammys took place on Sunday, and I was watching Bravo, so I didn't watch the majority of the Grammys, but I caught the ending performance with Charli XCX, and I loved it. I loved it so much. This is my whole personality. This picture that I'm showing right now, it's Charli XCX at the Grammys when she dropped her fur coat and walked in on the stage by herself. She's wearing like denim underwear and denim like shirt jacket. But she looks so badass. I love this picture. And fun fact, Julia Fox, you all know Julia Fox, she was dancing on stage with Charli during this performance. And last week she was on Watch What Happens Live and mentioned she would be interested in going on the Real Housewives of New York. That is the kind of person I want, me personally. That's my opinion. Do you all agree? I need to like get my Onijah mannerisms down. Shed Casting, I tagged them. I was like, Julia Fox is who we want on the next season of Real Housewives of New York. Like, oh my God, I would be so pumped to see her. Like, imagine she has so many like celebrity friends and different touch points that are outside of Bravo that it would be so fun and such a good addition. I am campaigning for that. Let's do it. Oh man. Okay, what else? Onijah. Mean muggin' Onijah Andrews Robinson Hamed. This woman is my hero. So she is 33 years old, for anyone who doesn't know this story, which I feel sad for you if you don't know about this story. This 33-year-old woman, I think she's from Brooklyn or Bronx. I think it was Brooklyn. But she flew to Pakistan to meet her 19-year-old online boyfriend, who she married online and came to meet him. I don't know the details of this romance, but I need to know more because apparently his parents did not approve and they forced him along with them to flee their home. And Onijah just stayed there and camped out and was like, I'm not leaving. For months, she's been there. And like her visa was expiring soon. So the government like intervened and they're like interviewing her and stuff. And she's like, my name is Onijah Hamed, My husband is Nidal Hamed. We are getting married and we're going to have our babies in Dubai. And the government needs to pay me. First, she said like $2,000 a week, went to $5,000 a week. At one point, she said like $20,000. Then she demanded $100K by the end of the week because she wasn't going anywhere. And she's going to reconstruct all of Pakistan. Oh my gosh, I love her. Spoiler alert, she's back home. But if you go online, there are so many videos of Onijah in Pakistan. Oh my gosh. Yes, Max. Max said just add her to RHONY, Onijah, Julia, and Lindsay Hubbard. Oh my God, can you imagine Lindsay with Onijah? I would die. Who would win in an argument between them? Orange Blossom, please add Onijah to Salt Lake City. We need another Muslim queen like Jen was. Yo, so I do have a question. Was Onijah Muslim before she went to Pakistan? Or did she convert for Nidal? And is Nidal watching all of these videos online and is like, that's the love of my life. I hate you, mom and dad. That's my love. Or is he like, oh my God, the internet is scary. I am never going online ever again. I don't know. I don't know, but I love her so much. Wait, let me play this one video. Also, she is giving so much stank and so much attitude. I freaking love it. I love it. She's a hero.
Respect for the law, respect for Allah, respect to the law, respect for Allah.
Oh, thank you. Everything.
That's not even the best video. The best videos are where she's like, excuse me, I told you that's against my religion and it's none of your business. Next question. She's telling people to stop talking. You talk too much. So good. This woman, icon. Look at her. There's videos of her doing like TikToks. She's got this one move where she's like, she does this and then she gets on like one foot and then she like moves her finger above her lip like a mustache. I don't know if that's like a thing, but I saw it more than once. Oh my God. Orange Blossom said, wait, was that the Pakistani humanitarian that Onijah said to stop talking? I don't know if he was like a humanitarian. I think he's like some kind of ambassador or something that was like escorting her. Oh my God. We need cameras on this woman. I have so many questions. So many questions. Okay, but let's move on. I just want to I want to talk about Onijah and the Traders and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Those are my top 3 topics right now. But okay, let's move on. In other news, this is from the Talk of Shame. Marcus Jordan was arrested for cocaine possession, DUI, and resisting arrest. I mean, he's smiling in his mugshot, at least. This was interesting. The body cam footage got released really quickly. I don't know if that's like a Florida thing, but I just think about like Karen Huger's situation. We didn't get her body cam footage until she was found guilty. So I was surprised that we got a mugshot and body cam footage of Marcus Jordan like immediately. So maybe that's like a state to state law. I don't know. It must be different everywhere. Max said Nepo baby. Speaking of Nepo baby, on the body cam footage, Marcus was saying, I am Michael Jordan's son. And before I saw this footage, I was asking people, I'm like, oh my God, I need to know if he was telling the cops that he's Michael Jordan's son. I just like felt it. I just know every Nepo baby must have that in them for emergencies. Right? Like what? Oh my gosh. He also demanded, okay, so in this body cam footage, they have the cops walking up to Marcus's Lamborghini that was on railroad tracks. And the cops like kind of giggling. He's like, what's going on here? And Marcus really is talking to them like, oh, good, you're here to like help us. We're just gonna push this car a little bit to get it off the railroad tracks. Like, has no clue that they're on active railroad tracks. First of all, that's scary. Second of all, he thinks that they're going to just like give it a heave ho and this Lambo is going to be driving around on the streets again. Like, I don't think so. I think they might need to get like a tow truck or something here. And as the cop pulls up to the, or walks up to the car, they're sitting in the car on the tracks, by the way, when the cops came up. The passenger, this female, first she rolls down the window, but then as the cop gets closer, she rolls up the window. I was like, no, what is happening here? It seems fake. It seems like satire, but it's not, apparently. I just like could not believe that. And then as they were on the way to the police station, apparently Marcus Jordan was like, yeah, I'll play some Mariah Carey up in this bitch or something. And like, I don't know. I just felt like that was so me coded. Like something I would say. But I don't drink and definitely wouldn't, hopefully never be in this situation. Oh my gosh. And then also Marcus has been on Instagram posting in his Instagram stories as if like nothing ever happened. It's very interesting. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Max said Larsa messed him up. I think she broke up with him. It's like Craig versus Paige breakdown. You think so? I feel like, I don't know if, did Larsa break up with Marcus or did Marcus break up with Larsa? I don't know. But speaking of Larsa, so she posted a picture of herself and Portia, I love Portia, she commented, sipping, not sniffing. Larsa replied to it and said, never that. Okay, Larsa. What do you all think? Larsa's too straight edge, right? Wild, wild, wild. What else? Okay. We also got the first 6 minutes of Summer House Season 9. And what I got from that is this season looks like it's going to be a Sierra versus West type of situation. I'm here for that because West, is his name West or West? I don't like him. Not after what happened with Sierra. And I know that sounds weird, but it wouldn't be weird if he didn't tell me specifically directly in DMs that he was not going to mess things up with Sierra. Excuse me, sir. It's one thing to be awful. It's another thing to lie about it and pretend like you're not awful. Just don't say anything to me then. Yeah. Yeah. I have a grudge. Not really. I just like, he's just, why is he here? Not here for it. Oh no, I forgot to add one thing. I saw this on Rate My Bravo. And this is really sad, but there are rumors from Dumas that Lindsay Hubbard and her child's father may have broken up. I hope not. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Whatever is best for Lindsay Hubbard. That's all I care about. We don't even know this guy. And actually, I think on this season 9, that's going to be part of Lindsay's storyline is who is the baby's father? But she's just like, I think she's going to be very like, I don't know. I think she's just going to be preparing herself mentally to be a mother more than like focusing on her child's father. I don't know though. We'll see. What else do we have? All right. I think we're going to go jump into the lineup now. Okay. Max just said Lindsay is going to be on Watch What Happens Live. When? This week? I actually haven't looked at, I know the Super Bowl is Sunday. So I believe there are no Bravo shows on Sunday, but I think the rest of the week should be normal. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But let's move on. Okay, Bravo lineup. Let's go with Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 17, All Bark, No Bite. This was the finale. Giselle honors her father. I cried during that part. Ashley gives a major life update. What was her life update? I don't even remember now. And Dr. Wendy goes to the White House. That was cool. Karen's latest court date looms as she questions her friendships. The shots of Karen and Ray going to court, like they looked like they were going to a funeral. It was very depressing. Stacy's charity event unravels in an unexpected fashion. Ugh, this fashion show. I mean, a fashion show is hard enough to pull off, right? But to add in dogs on top of that, that's just a lot. Like, what if they just held a picture of the dog? Because as we know, we watched and whatever pyrotechnics or special effects they had going on in this venue, it literally scared the shit out of the dogs. And there was dog shit all over the place. That is a nightmare. Karen was so dramatic about it. I mean, I would have been the same way as Karen because, like, that is not a place I want to be. And the first thing I think of is Bronwyn Newport and all the shit around her house and all the couture, all the money she spent on couture that's covered in dog shit. But I felt like Karen was taking it overboard only because Karen's got a chip on her shoulder this whole season. And knowing what we know about her DUI and everything, it's like very obnoxious to watch. Like, Karen, get it together. You're not throwing up from that. Maybe she was. I don't know. I probably would have. Do you guys think she was being overdramatic, or do you think she really was throwing up? Max said, did Karen cause that poop scene? Oh, man. I just feel like Karen needs to stop talking. Her and Stacey were going against each other. Karen is bringing up a traffic violation that Stacey allegedly has where she drove through a stop sign. Karen made sure to be like, it was the same stop sign 3 different times. Like, Karen, please stop talking. Zip it. Because you are not in a place to be mentioning anyone's driving citations. Karen. I feel like she might make me cry on the reunion when we watch her video, but I don't think she's going to be able to fool me. Like, I might cry because I'm sensitive, but she needs to be held responsible for this and accountable. It's like, it makes me so mad because I really like Karen. I think she's really funny, but like, you can't be funny and shady like that and have this kind of track record where you're potentially going to jail for your DUIs. She needs to take it down a couple notches. Tay said Karen has fallen off. That's the thing. Like, she should be on the ground, but for some reason, Karen's like hanging on. Like, she's acting like she's still riding the pony. Like, no, Karen, you need to dust yourself off. Acknowledge that you fell off. Now dust yourself off and let's figure this out. But she's not even there. It's crazy. We have to wait for the reunion next week. Yeah, we're going to have to wait now because of the Super Bowl. I don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl. What teams are playing? What colors? Chiefs? They're garnet and gold, right? Those are like my school colors. So garnet, gold, and a little white. Okay. What else? Yeah, I'm done with Potomac for now. There's nothing else to talk about. It wasn't a great season, in my opinion. I'm actually surprised that I hung on because season 8, I didn't even finish that one. Also, Robin was on Watch What Happens Live because of the Traitors. I think she's really trying to come back. I think she wants to come back. Just based off of the weird TikToks that her and Robin did. And like, we never see that kind of energy from Robin. I feel like she's usually just sitting back and like doing bare minimum. Robin, since the Traitors, seems like she's stepping up. I don't know if that's in a good way or a bad way, but I'm still not a fan. And the Traitors didn't change my mind about Robin at all. If anything, it just like solidified how I felt about Robin initially. Actually, I'm kind of annoyed because where was all that energy that she brought to the Traitors? Where was that energy for Juan Dixon? Don't get me started, Juan Dixon. Tay said season 9 was better than season 8. Yeah, I agree. Max agrees. Max said Giselle does not need her BFF. No, I think I prefer Giselle on her own. She looks better too, right? Maybe Robin was like telling her to wear hideous outfits. Was it Robin's fault? Because Giselle looks way better this season. Orange Blossom said, maybe I was overhyping season 9 because I was so over Candace being so negative. I don't remember anything from season 8 also. I still don't know who Kierna is. I think she came in like, she was the one who got in that altercation with the Muppet person. What's her name? Deborah? See, I don't even know. All right, let's move on. Married to Medicine. Oh my God, this episode had me like almost crying laughing. Season 11, episode 10, Battle of the Exes. The couple's trip to Key West, Florida continues after a successful kayak relay race. A storm brews when Phaedra surprises the group with her new boy toy, Check, even though Dr. Heavenly has invited her ex, Apollo. Tensions rise between Quad and Dr. G as a playful evening couples game turns into the Battle of the Exes, threatening to derail the whole trip. So I loved that Phaedra brought a date, and I was dying just watching them on this date because it's like they're playing these married couple games. And so Phaedra and Check, they can't really participate, but they were judging. They're judging hard. Check was like, what kind of relationship is that? When they were talking about how many times they like have sex every week or like how many dates they went on before they were intimate, stuff like that. It was just, oh my God, too funny. But then don't forget, Quad and Dr. G used to be married, and I did not see all of Married to Medicine from the beginning, so I don't know their history, but I know that Quad and Dr. G were married. Dr. G is now remarried to Sweet Tea, and now Quad has this new boyfriend, King, who is a provider. He's got a six-pack. He looks good. He bought her a Rolls Royce. He's like, threw her this extravagant birthday party. They're having sex 15 times a week. It was insane the way that they were just, not only were they these two exes playing this game together with their new partners, but they're also sitting like right next to, well, Quad and King were sitting right in front of Dr. G and Sweet Tea. So Quad is like turning back and like making comments to them, offered to throw Sweet Tea a baby shower. It was insane. I literally was watching and going, is this woman drunk? She must be drunk. Quad was drunk because she was not calming down. Like, you know, when tensions start to build in a group setting and you start to diffuse, usually Quad was missing that altogether. It was like she just kept doubling down and like tripling down. It was just like getting bigger and bigger. And then I guess Dr. G wound up walking away and everyone's like, he's mad because he's jealous because Quad is talking about how many times she's having sex and blah, 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 all this stuff. And Sweet Tea's like, I don't think so. I think he's just had enough. Sweet Tea thinks he's mad at her because he was telling her, like, be quiet, be quiet. Like, it was just very awkward and uncomfortable, but good TV. Oh boy, we'll have to wait another 2 weeks for that too because of the Super Bowl. Oh, Max said, I think Greg is a PK. What does that mean? Elaborate a little bit. PK, like he's not a good father. Dorit went off this week. She said PK was not a good father, but then I think she backtracked in some things since then. King is younger man. Is King younger than Quad? Oh, Max said, not a good husband. That's what I hear. I don't know. Okay, let's move on to, just as a reminder, I interviewed Dr. Contessa Metcalf and Dr. Simone Whitmore on Bravo and Blaze, so go check out those episodes. The links are in the show notes. Let's move on to the premiere of Below Deck Down Under, Season 3. Episode 1 is Seychelles by the Seashore. I can't say this title normally, and I can't say it with an accent either, but Seychelles is a country. I think they said it's a country in Africa. It's like the smallest island. I don't know, but it looks beautiful. And you say Seychelles. It sounds like seashells, but it's Seychelles by the seashore. Okay, so the episode description is Captain Jason embarks across the dazzling waters of the Seychelles with almost an entirely new crew on the larger-than-life motor yacht Katina. The enormity of the boat puts new Chief Stew Laura and her interior team to the test. Chef Zarina and Laura are reunited after a previous working relationship, and tensions quickly surface as their clashing styles ignite old frustrations. Zarina faces an infestation of weevils in the galley while she tries to find her stride with her new sous chef, Anthony. Oh, Zarina and Anthony. Already butting heads. This is not going to be good. We've never seen a sous chef on any Below Deck ever. We get a sous chef and right away we're having problems. And I blame Anthony and Zarina. So Anthony is like, he's a sous chef. He's well-trained. He seems like he's capable to do the job, but he's not quite there to be like the only private yacht chef. So this role seems like a great role for someone who is well trained but like hasn't worked on a yacht before. And I feel like Zarina already has like a little chip on her shoulder, like, oh, I have somebody working for me, so they're going to do whatever I want, not considering his experience. But to her credit, she was trying to find out. She's like, so tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. He she must have bruised his ego because he's like, okay, what is this interrogation? He was so offended, but like, I feel like even if he felt that way about Zarina, like, oh, why is she questioning me? I feel like as the sous chef, he should have just went along with it, just at least in the beginning to like see where she was going with it. Because we see on the first charter that she's like basically not using her sous chef and she's like taking on all the responsibility. She's even like, I guess she said, okay, for now you can handle the crew food. Because don't forget, the chefs have to cook for the crew and for the guests. And so having a sous chef cook for the crew is like, oh my gosh, now I can spend all this time on the food for the guests. But he's not just a line chef, like he's a sous chef. And if I were Zarina, I'd be like, take the crew food, do whatever you want. Like, show me what you got and impress me. Like, I want to see what are you best at or whatever. Instead, she was like kind of micromanaging him. And I can see how that's like off-putting. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope that they get into a rhythm where like he's not just washing dishes and like doing things that are below his skill level. So I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of skill level, their lead deckhand, what's his name? Is his name Tony also? Okay, he's sitting on, I didn't understand how this happened. He goes on a jet ski. He's wearing his life jacket. He leaves his radio behind. I don't know if he's supposed to leave his radio behind. Like, are they waterproof? Are they supposed to have their radio when they're in the water? I don't know what the rules are, but he didn't have his radio and the sun is going down. He didn't have a key. So he's just floating away on this jet ski. And I'm thinking to myself, why isn't he doing anything? Like, wouldn't you at least like put half your body into the water and start kicking at least? Like try to try to get the jet ski back. Like he just was not doing anything at all. And I'm like, I don't know whose fault this is right now. Like, what was he going to do if they didn't go and check on him? He was just going to drift off into sea and be lost at sea? This is like scary. What is going on? I don't know if he should be calling himself a lead deckhand because that was kind of crazy. And I mean, granted, he said he was very embarrassed, which he should, but oh my God. And also, he's the one who punches the cabinets in like a preview. I'm scared. Oh, also, this boat is so big. They have an elevator. I feel so bad for the stews because like just getting the food to the guests is like they have to problem solve just to get the food upstairs on time. And they're trying to do like pristine service. I mean, we've seen the white glove service before where they all like put the plate down at the same time. They have like a server for every guest. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to do that this season because this boat is just massive. And they're also, this season, they're putting in the number of steps or stairs that they've climbed for each of the crew members. And I think that's great because like you really, when we're watching it, if we didn't see the step counter, we'd be like, okay, this is just boring. They're going up and down stairs nonstop. So it's interesting to get like a better idea, like some perspective. But damn, that's a massive boat. Okay, what else? I'm not a fan of Captain Jason. I know everyone loves him. He was on Watch What Happens Live, and I got kind of scared because obviously Andy's asking him, like, every time he sees Captain Jason, Andy's like, are you single? Are you dating? Do you want to date somebody? Who do you want to date? Pick somebody. And this was the first time Captain Jason was like, yes. And I was like, It felt scary to me a little bit. I'm like, all right, settle down, bro. Like, oh my gosh. But check out what I said last week. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to be that person, but I have this weird feeling about him. All right, let's move on. And when I say weird feeling, like I feel like I know what kind of women he likes. I'll just say that. Okay. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 10, Sweet Home Augusta. While Kyle gets emotional over her new life, Bose tries to make sense of her new future with her man. Sutton plans a trip back home to Augusta with Garcelle and Kyle, but not everyone is met with the Southern hospitality they were hoping for. Kathy's Capri-inspired dinner gets molto tezo? I don't know what that means. When Dorit opens up about the state of her separation as Erica urges her to stand her ground. Okay, so I ignore like whenever they say Kyle. I shut down. I can't tell. Actually, no, I did pay attention a little bit to the scene of Kyle and Mauricio because I get the sense that like we have no idea who Kyle Richards really is. She's a child actress, right? I get this feeling, and she's been on Housewives for a very long time. And she does movies and everything like that. Like her whole life is acting. I feel like, could she be someone who doesn't even know the difference between reality and acting? Like, I get that sense with Tom Sandoval too. Like, I think there must be a new condition that needs to be diagnosed out there for people who are on reality TV for so long that like reality blends with like what's portrayed on the shows, and like which doesn't make sense because they're not in control of that narrative and they really shouldn't feel like it should blend together. Like I just need to know more about the deep psychological impacts of being on reality TV, because during the scene with Kyle and Mauricio, I felt like she was acting. And I know there's Kyle lovers out there. I'm not trying to hate on Kyle. That's my opinion. That's what I see. And I am not a hardcore Beverly Hills person either. But I shouldn't even be talking about this show. I hate this show. Although I did like when Erica was talking to Dorit at Kathy's. Kathy's dinner was really cute. She said she went to Italy, and so like she wanted everything to be like to remind her of Italy, and everything had lemons on it. It was cute. But at that dinner, Dorit opens up about, her separation with PK. Erica Girardi Jane was so clear and so smart when she delivered her message to Dorit. She said, "You are not in a marriage anymore. He is your adversary. You need to make moves, and you need to do it now. Don't be paralyzed by fear." Like everything she said was so spot on that I was like, oh my God, I am like 1,000% in agreement with Erica Jane. I never thought I'd be in this place, but here we are. Hell has frozen over. I really liked Erica in that moment. Her message, the way she delivered it was perfect. I think Dorit got it. And I hope that Dorit, what we see going forward is Dorit taking that advice seriously. I kind of like wasn't paying attention to Sutton's trip and everything because Sutton makes me feel weird when I watch her. Like, I don't know, something about her makes me feel like uneasy. And so, oh my God, my cat just dropped. My cat just jumped onto my desk. Hi, Kitty. Oh my God, you're so nuts. You're so crazy. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Oh my gosh, she's literally on my desk. Okay. You're making me get distracted, Lola. Oh my God, there she goes. She's leaving. Go, jump. Okay. Okay, maybe she'll come back. So Sutton's trip, her mother just really irked me immediately. She did not feel warm at all. And I was expecting Southern hospitality. And I wasn't feeling that at all. And even when she got the gift from Garcelle, she's like, it's a scarf. Like, she didn't seem appreciative at all. Like, even if you don't like the gift or if you don't want a gift, it doesn't matter. If someone gives you a gift and they're visiting you with your daughter, I feel like you should accept it generously. That's having good manners, right? This woman is from the South. Is she a Southern belle? I don't think so. Not in my opinion. Anyways, let's move on. I'm sick of Beverly Hills. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah. Max said Kathy could have Asian heritage. Kathy said that she was told that she is Chinese from 3000 BC. Whatever that means. Girl, I don't know about that. Like I said, Max asked your thoughts on Reba. She's ice cold. She has a black heart, if she has any at all. Yep, Tay said Sutton's mom is scary. Max said she's a Patricia. I agree. I'm not a Patricia fan. I think she is misogynistic and is part of the problem. But we'll get to that. All right, Real Housewives of New York. Thank God we are done with this show. This is the last week. I can't take it anymore. Season 15, episode 17, reunion part 2. In the dramatic conclusion of the season 15 reunion, Jenna scolds Brynn for not taking enough accountability. Rebecca defends her beliefs. Brynn addresses the allegations she made on the last night in Puerto Rico. I don't care. Wait, did I? I forgot to. I had these pictures that I was going to include in my slides and I forgot them apparently, but let me look them up real quick. Rebecca is not coming back. She already made a statement. Let's see. Not this one, but this one. I will share this. Present, share screen, window. Here it is. Okay. This is from Becky Minkoff. 2025 is a new beginning for me, and with current events in the world, I am reminded the importance of family, friends, and community now more than ever. The last month has given me a new perspective on wanting to focus on my wildly amazing 4 kids, my supportive husband, my business of 20 years, the Female Founder Collective, my podcast, and my book. As much as I have learned along the way with this franchise and fans, I want to reprioritize the things that mean the most to me: designing, giving back, supporting women, and raising my family. I am truly grateful for the experience, the friendships, and the fans that have been part of this RHONY chapter. Time to turn the page. What do you all think? I honestly kind of forgot she was even on this show. Oh, Max said she got fired. Did she? Did she get fired? Or did she quit? I don't like this show. I already said this in the beginning. Bring Julia Fox on. Get rid of everyone except for Jessel. Actually, Julia Fox loves Jessel. So keep Jessel and Raquel, Julia Fox, and then new cast. That's what I'm rooting for. Okay, let's move on to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This, unfortunately, is coming to an end, or has come to an end. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 18, Reunion Part 3. The reunion concludes with friend Brittany joining the stage to revisit the season's highs and lows. Brittany discusses her relationship with Jared Osmond and confronts Bronwyn for meddling in her personal life. Meredith accuses Brittany of spreading misinformation about her night in Mexico. Lisa and Whitney struggle to find a path forward after the rumor about Lisa's marriage in Mexico. Okay, I'm still processing this, and I'm going to go through this in more detail on the next Patreon episode. Don't forget to sign up at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. So one thing that like really bothered me, if you all have been following along this whole season, in the beginning, when season 5 started, I said, I do not want to be like, I don't want to know spoilers. I don't want to know any information directly from any of the cast or anything like that. We're like a couple episodes in, as soon as Jared shows up, he like sends me these DMs and is like fighting with me and then blocks me before I even respond. Then after episode 7, that's when Bravo released after show footage. I saw it. I posted about it. Bronwyn attacked me and made Bravo take down the footage. I'm still getting cyber attacked to this day. This happened November 1st, 2024. And it's out there for everyone to see. So you can see how awful she really is, because I accidentally incited an attack on Michael Rappaport once, like years ago, not on purpose. Like I had maybe like 100 followers on Twitter and I didn't even say anything bad. He called me like an idiot or something. And I was just like, oh my God, this guy, I can't believe he called me an idiot or whatever. I like reposted it, and relentlessly for like 2 days, people were just attacking him nonstop. And because at that time, when I first started, I was like, I'm never going to delete a tweet. Like that was like a thing for me, but I have since changed that. But at that time, I was like, oh my God, maybe I do need to delete tweets because this is awful. I could not sit there and watch other people attack somebody, whether I like them or not, in the way that they were, because I started it. Like I incited it. I didn't say go attack him, but I was like, oh my God, isn't he such a jerk? And then that's when people went off. I gave a public apology to Michael Rappaport on Twitter. Even though he was mean to me first, I still apologize for all those attacks because I could not live with that on my conscience. Like that is so awful. Nobody deserves that. So to see somebody do that to me and read all the comments that people are saying to me, attacking me because of her lies that she made up about me, that says a lot about her. And you can go see it on Twitter for yourselves. And the ones who are like, you're the one who started, like, I have been doing this for how long? I have the digital footprint to show that my behavior is not out of the norm. So, I speak in fact. Anyways, one thing that really bothered me though is during the attack, there was one account that I was like, this is either someone very mentally ill or is Bronwyn. And so I said the name of the account on my Patreon. And then I mentioned it in like an IG story once. I was like, I think this is the account. This is the account that I suspected, because I think Lisa said like, hi, Bronwyn. And that started a whole thing with this account. I don't know if you guys remember that. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because during the reunion, Bronwyn's talking to Brittany and going, Jared said nasty, awful things to me. She like read something. But before I think she read the DM that he wrote her, she said he called me a treacherous little bitch. Right? And I'm like, and they showed this tweet from Jared where it says, there is something really off about you. I think I figured you out. You are a tragic little bitch. So that was in response to this account that I thought was Bronwyn for a while. Okay. So before reunion part 3, a few days before that, Jared went on Twitter Spaces with Mary Cosby's fan account. And this account, this Bethany's Waterbed freaking fraud, was speaking on this Twitter Spaces. And it was like, it sounded like a guy's voice. So I'm like, okay, I don't think that's Bronwyn anymore. Or she's even more crazy than I thought and has a voice changer. But no, I think that's too far, even for her crazy ass. So I don't think that this is her anymore. But why did they show this tweet? And why did Bronwyn say it in a way that's like, he called me this? She said Jared was fighting with her and called her a treacherous little bitch. She's speaking as if she is Bethany's waterbed. And that's what is very confusing to me right now, because why did Bravo put this tweet up there? It's not to Bronwyn. So is Bronwyn in cahoots with this account? Like, what is going on here? And I think all the questions I'm asking are very fair considering what we've seen. So if any of you try to come after me because I'm questioning this, get a life. That's all I gotta say. Let's go into the comments. What do we got? Orange Blossom said, people who watch this reunion and don't think that Britney is a star, they simply hate fun. I agree. Britney may be messy, chaotic, have her own issues, but she is perfect for this. Her social media is amazing. I don't think we've had a better housewife with, or I don't think we've had a housewife with a better social media presence. Honestly, she's creative. She's a creator. She could just do like content creation. Max said Britney is a mess, perfect for Housewives. Yep, I agree. Orange Blossom agrees. I was crying laughing when Britney tried to make a grand entrance, but production didn't let her. Same. And the way that she was like lingering after she was dismissed, and she's like, I should be out there too. Like, I don't think she is completely serious when she says stuff like that. I think she knows, she is well aware of like the audience's perception of her. Don't forget, she is a theater girl. She's a singer. She's done Broadway. She acts like this is what she does. And that's why I think this is great for her, because she knows how to put on the show. What else? Yeah, Britney's hilarious. All right. Tay said Bronwyn was a lot. I believe she was part of the reason why Britney wasn't speaking to her kids. Okay. So in part 3, when Britney came out, Britney and Bronwyn were going at it. She said that Bronwyn is the only one who knew the extent of her relationship, Britney's relationship with her children. And even though Bronwyn knew, and I don't know all the details about Britney and her children. I've heard things, but like, I don't know everything, obviously. And for Bronwyn to not only, like, she knew this about Britney and was not sympathetic, empathetic, or sensitive to Britney's situation at all. In fact, she, like Britney said, poured gasoline on the fire. Had she either directly talked to Britney's kids or had one of her flying monkeys speak to them directly and tell them information that wasn't true, that led them to not speak to Britney for 6 months. And I also do believe that Bronwyn had a part in that. The reason why, based on her diabolical behavior towards me, her hypocritical nature in bringing up her daughter's private information and then blaming it on everyone else, is insane and diabolical. So this feels very on brand for Bronwyn, and I would like to hear more from Britney. I don't think Bronwyn's going to have a good season next season. Like, how can she, when she's been lying nonstop her whole first season, and she's been caught, but everyone's like obsessed with Lisa Barlow. Make it make sense. I don't know about all of you, but I don't like to be lied to. And the expectations for people who go on these shows, I expect them to be as authentic and transparent as they possibly can. Obviously, to a certain extent, like, don't bring up your daughter's private information on the show. I don't want to know about that. Let's see. Orange Blossom said, Tay, I agree. Bronwyn went so low with Brittany. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past her. Orange Blossom said, the difference is you use your platform responsibly while Bronwyn doesn't. Thank you. I agree. She is reckless. She doesn't care about the consequences. Like, she abused her housewife status and got like random people who have no critical thinking skills to come after me. Get a life. Nat said, who is coming after you? Are people lacking common sense again when it comes to Fraudwyn lies? Yes. Why didn't Andy question Fraudwyn about that situation? Andy sucks. I didn't say, I'm just reading. Tay said, Bronwyn kept jumping in a lot, which bothered me. Yeah, she inserts herself all the time. But like, this is a mystery. What I have up here on the screen, this Twitter exchange, this makes no sense. Like I said, I don't think this account is actually Bronwyn, but is she in cahoots with this account? Because why is she saying that Jared was speaking to her when they showed this tweet? That's weird, right? All right, let's move on. We'll get into it more on Patreon. Hopefully, Bronwyn's not stalking me over there. I don't know. I have to go through the list of people that are on there. Let's see. Sold on SLC. Season 1, episode 8. This was the finale. Thou shalt not break thy broker. As the St. George retreat winds down, Jennifer and the agents party poolside. The good vibes go up in smoke when the group's picturesque final dinner reignites feuds and sparks new ones. A shocking early exit at the retreat forces the agents to reflect on their actions as they prepare for the grand opening of the new Presidio office. I'll be honest, like, I watched this show, but I don't remember anything, and I don't know how it ended. I think maybe Bravo put too much on our plates for us to take on this brand new show. I think there could be more interest if there wasn't so many competing things in the lineup. I feel like this could have been a show saved for like during the summer when programming is more slow. That's just my 2 cents because I don't know what is happening on the show. It's not enough for me to be like, wait, what is happening? Because there is stuff going on, but we don't know them. Like, it was too much, I feel like. Too much too soon, maybe? I'm not sure. Tay said, Matt needs to go. He's such a effing baby. I agree. Nat said, I saw it, but I'm not sure they get renewed. Yeah, I don't know. This one might not make it. Max said, I agree. Next month, we get the Denise Richards show. I am not into this Denise Richards show, by the way. I haven't been talking about it, but since Max mentioned it, I don't want to watch Denise Richards' daughters on OnlyFans. Like, I don't know if this is going to go the way that we want it to go. So I'll keep my peripherals open, but I don't know if we're going to discuss it. We'll see. Let's move on to Southern Charm. Season 10, episode 9, The Birds and the Bees. Craig and Paige set out to learn about beekeeping, but end up at a crossroads regarding their future. Miss Patricia hosts her annual guys' dinner where Shep's relationship is the main topic of conversation. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff outside the show that we're going to talk about. But on this episode, I did think it was really cute that Craig and Paige went to go look at bees because, like, I want bees too. I would be like Craig probably, but like part of me also would be like Paige, like, I'm good. I don't need to get in there. Like, I like the idea, of bees and having like fresh honey, like that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I want to actually get in there and do that. So I don't know. It was kind of sad to see that, they're obviously having conflicting goals in life, and we know that they break up. So I think we're going to be talking about the Craig and Paige breakup for the next year. I'm not joking. Like, they could like move on and get married, both of them separately, and we'd probably still be talking about this breakup. I just have a feeling, because we have the rest of Southern Charm, we have Summer House, we're going to see them there. It's just going to continue to keep playing out, and I don't know. But should we go into the Craig and Paige stuff, or should I talk about Miss Patricia's annual guys dinner? Why does she have this annual guys dinner? Like, what are you doing? What is the tradition here? Why is it one 83-year-old woman and all these men? What is happening? I don't like it. It's weird. Whitney he's always been awful, but like, he was exceptionally awful last night, and he was giving major T-Rab vibes. Like, he's essentially hosting this dinner with his mother. It's at his house, and he just like rips into Shep, who kind of rightfully so, right? But unnecessary, and then just goes, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom." And Patricia was just like, "Oh, Whitney's jet lagged." No, he's a dick. And something else is wrong with him. He does not seem well. He doesn't seem like, he always seems off, but he seems extra off lately this season. Like, he's not all there. But, oh man, Shep. I just feel kind of embarrassed for Shep, but like, Shep kind of needs to go through this to grow. These are like his growing pains. We're just seeing it like 30 years late on this guy. He's like the equivalent of a teenager as far as his emotional intelligence goes. But let's see. Max said Whitney was unhinged on that dinner. Nat said, "Why is Pat always hosting men dinners? Whitney looks so old this dinner." Max said this was a filler episode because this season sucks. Ooh, tell us how you really feel. Okay, let me talk about all the stuff going on outside of the show. So we know that Craig and Paige broke up. Allegedly, what we first heard this after Christmas from Paige on Giggly Squad. She's like, "We broke up, and I don't want to be that person that cries, but it's okay, and I love him, and blah, blah, blah." And then we find out new news. Let me add this.
Got it. So let me just say this. I'm saying this here and now, and then I'm never saying it again. Okay. I never, in the 3 years that I dated my ex-boyfriend, I never physically cheated on him, emotionally cheated on him. Can you mentally cheat on him? I don't know, but I didn't. And just because it's like, oh my God, Paige is just the worst, and like, she blindsided someone before the holidays. So let me just say that like, when I announced my breakup on Giggly Squad, I thought really hard about like how I was going to say it, the words I was going to use, because of this exact thing. Like, I didn't want to have to do it back and forth. But like, since no one's sticking up for me on the other side or like perpetuating even more rumors, I will say that Craig and I broke up Thanksgiving weekend. Okay. That's at the end of November. Craig then went on and did press for Southern Charm, did whatever he needed to do, acting as if we were still together. And that was fine. I said that he could do that. He was processing in his own way. Christmas came and went. Then I saw that my ex-boyfriend was on a trip presenting himself as single. And I said, "Oh, here we go. We're ready to announce." I then texted him and said, whilst he was on his trip, that I'm going to say something on Giggly Squad and we can both like start moving forward. It's been a full month now. My text went unanswered. Fine. Giggly Squad episode came out. That was at the end of December. And then the narrative just like took a turn really quickly that I had cheated, that I like broke up with him like a week ago, moved on with some new guy. Let me say this here and now. I did not move on with some new guy. I'm single. I don't have a new boyfriend. I did not cheat on my ex-boyfriend. And it was a full month that we were broken up, and I didn't say anything because even though we are public, there are certain things that I think should remain private. And he asked me not to say anything. And so once he was on a trip and being single, I said, okay, well, I can't deceive the public any longer per your request. I have a podcast and I have the Giggler. I have the girls. Like, the girls are here. So that is when I announced that we had our breakup. Since then, since I announced our breakup, I have been acting single because I am single. And so even though he's not coming out and saying that like I didn't cheat on him, even though I asked him to do that and he said that he didn't want to say anything about the breakup. So any of the other like baseless rumors that have my name in them, they are not true. When you're in a relationship, things happen in your relationship. You take inventory of them, you evaluate, and then you decide if you want.
Ooh, and it's sorry. So that was from the Bravo investigator. Don't forget, like, I don't know whose side to take, honestly. Like, this is a good one. This is a good Bravo feud or whatever you want to call it. There's two sides of the story. Craig is acting in one way. Paige is acting in another. There's supporting evidence that shows Craig is a liar. We all know this. Craig is a pathological liar. But then on the other side, we've had the ex-fiance of a man who Paige has been seen out with, who has posted about her, indicating that she allegedly slid into the DMs of an engaged man, she being Paige. And we don't know if this is true, but both sides have good arguments. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. But just as a reminder, this is from Page 6's virtual reality.
I love that Paige and I are on this parallel track of like just working hard. I mean, she's like the hardest worker I know. And honestly, I will always, be a part of Charleston, but I'm starting to love this like New York energy and the challenges that come with New York. And I think I'll be spending more time up here because a lot of my work for Sewing Down South is on the road now. So as long as I have an airport, I can get to my meetings.
Oh my God, now he goes and
looks. Oh, a one name.
Look at that queen.
One name queen.
Okay, so for those of you who are listening, this is from December 6th. So they were broken up, but Craig is here talking as if they are still together. And I just find this to be so on brand for Craig. He is a pathological liar. We love him, but he is. He straight up lies on camera all the time. So I don't know what to believe. Yes, I'm neutral, like Max. Max said Andy is loving this. Andy really is loving this. Speaking of Andy, okay, so yesterday they filmed the Southern Charm season 10 reunion. Let me show. Hold on. Oh, and also from the Bravo investigator, Craig is doing a Galentine's Day event at some club in Atlantic City. I think it needs to be filmed. He is gonna, oh my gosh. I just need to know what happens. I kind of want to just go just to see what happens live. I don't want to participate in anything. I just want to like sit and observe. Oh my God, it's going to be hilarious, I bet. I guess Craig unfollowed Kyle and Amanda because they did some recent interviews. This is according to, I saw this on Bravo Brie on Instagram. And so I'm surprised he didn't block them. Craig has me blocked, by the way. Never posted about him, but whatever. Madison is pregnant. I feel like she made the announcement because they did the reunion yesterday. So she probably made the announcement during the reunion as well. But love that for Madison and her husband. They're so cute. Their baby's going to be so adorable. I just know it. Okay, so here's the seating chart at the reunion. We got Andy in the middle, obviously. To Andy's right, we have Craig, Madison, Vanita, Rodrigo, and Taylor. To his left, we have Shep, Molly, Austin, Sally, JT, and Leva. Okay. I think that's all I have for that, but let me add this other video I have. Speaking of Andy loving this.
We are on lunch break for the Southern Charm reunion, which is going very well. Mr. Conover, you are on Watch What Happens Live tonight. We've not heard from you yet about your relationship. I have a lot of questions. Do you have answers for me?
I'm so nervous.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I haven't talked about it in 2 months, and then
Okay.
I'm just gonna be honest and hopefully kind. And but yeah, my nervous system's wrecked.
Okay, because I do have a lot of questions.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, we'll see you tonight.
Gosh. I got that from Bravo by Gaze, and that was on Andy's Instagram stories. I can't remember. I did watch What Happens Live, but I can't remember what Craig said. Basically, he was saying that Paige ended it. I don't remember what happened. Let's see. What do you guys say? Nat S said, I'm tired of Paige, honestly. We always knew she was never going to end up with Craig. Why didn't she address the guy in the photos? Or is that what she meant with, I have been acting single? Yeah, she's not going to address the Joe D'Amelio guy, who she was allegedly, what I heard is she was on vacation with him in Miami. Do you believe news about Lindsay being single? I don't know. I feel like Lindsay's going to be okay, single or not. So as long as it's what Lindsay wants, it's the best decision for her. I feel like, oh, what else? That's a lot already for Southern Charm. We still have Southern Hospitality to go. All right, I'm going to move on. Season 3, episode 6, Viva Las Vegas. Just as a new rumor about Will cheating drops in Charleston, everyone jets off to support Maddie at her big DJ gig in Las Vegas. After Brad leaves Lake in the friend zone, he starts to get second thoughts as Lake explores new options. A surprise guest drops in, bringing some unexpected accusations to Austin. As Maddie's set is about to start, one friend's flakiness puts her music career at risk. I hope none of you are sleeping on Southern Hospitality. This may be, I hate to compare it to Vanderpump Rules because it's something totally different, but like it kind of gives that same messiness and that energy as old Vanderpump Rules. So I don't know how else to convince you all to watch this and to catch up. Season 1 and 2 only have like 10 episodes each. You can easily binge that in a weekend if you put your mind to it. I know you guys are hard workers. You can do it. So we're here in season 3. I manifested Joe Bradley and Maddie being together, and they are. Her face is on the side of this building, this hotel where she's going to be doing her DJ gig. This is so exciting. Like, I am joyful for them. I love this for them. This is great. And I love that everyone goes to support Maddie as well, including Grace Lilly. But Grace Lilly is stressing me out so hard. I love Grace Lilly so much. But why is she like this? Like, she quit Republic, so she doesn't have to be bothered with that anymore, and she can focus on what she wants to do with her life. But this is supposed to be what she wants to do with her life, which is to be like a star and perform, and she's dropping the ball. And she's like not even showing up to sound check, and now they're about to perform, and she's not there. Like, what the hell? Mia, also, we're on episode 6. Mia's been MIA, pun intended. She has been working on her pageant, which she came in 4th place, so that sucks, but still an accomplishment. And she's clocked in. She's done with the pageant, and she just came to Vegas to surprise everyone, and she's coming in hot, and she is calling out Austin for saying she was gross, I think. And I need to watch it again because I'm confused. They were like kind of talking, or like they kind of dated for a second, but then like it fizzled out, and then he called her gross. I don't know. She's not happy about it though. She's there, guns blazing, ready to go. Oh my gosh, this show. And then Emmy and Will. Emmy's like, I hate everybody because everyone is telling me that my boyfriend is talking bad about me and cheating on me. Meanwhile, we're hearing more cheating rumors, and it's just exhausting. And we all feel weird as viewers. I can't imagine like being there IRL in real life and having to deal with this. Like Michael's is supposed to be Emmy's best friend, and he's like, I know too much and she's not listening to me. So what do I do? And it's just awkward. Like, what do they do? You can't do anything. It sucks. Because like you don't want to like not be their friend, but like maybe they have to. I don't know. What is the right thing to do in this situation? No idea. But Will isn't helping his case. Will is like doing the bare minimum. And I just feel like I need him to step up a little bit more. I know he's busy being a lawyer now or whatever, working towards being a lawyer, but Emmy is showing us 200% into their relationship. Will, he doesn't have to give 200%, but we need a little bit more than what he's giving. It's just too much. I can't. I love them, but I can't. I feel like these people are my children. Max said, it's so funny Joe and Maddie are the sane ones this season. Remember when Maddie had a shovel to go confront Trevor? Never forget. Nat said, is Emmy dumb or stupid or just doesn't care about Will cheating again? I guess in Charleston there are so many women and not that many men, and the ones that are left are all have Peter Pan syndrome. So women just decide to let it go. Ugh. God, that sounds awful. No, we need a movement. We need Onijah, Andrews, Robinson, Hamed to go to Charleston and whip everyone into shape. Excuse me. I said that's against my religion. It's none of your business. Oh my gosh. Imagine Onijah on Southern Charm. Imagine Onijah talking to Shep Rose or Whitney. Oh my God. I would love that. Where's Onijah? I need to bring her face up because she's an icon. Onijah. We need Onijah to go to every Bravo show and just tell everyone what's up. Male or female. She needs to give her thoughts on every show. Oh my gosh. I love her. Okay. I gotta wrap this up. Okay. Also, don't forget we had the Traitors on Peacock this week. They had episode 7. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will be covering this episode on Banished by Blaze, which is my other podcast covering all things Traitors. So make sure you check that out. And what else? That said, I vote for that. For Onijah. Imagine Onijah rolling up in the clubhouse or on the reunions and being like, Shep, you have Peter Pan syndrome. You need to get it together. I love her. Oh my gosh, look at this. Icon. Icons only. Well, we could take out Marcus's face. Onijah and Charli XCX are my whole vibe for the rest of the year. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, leave a comment, and 5-star rating for Bravo and Blaze on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow on social media at Bravo and Blaze. Check out new episodes of Bravo and Blaze every Friday here on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Patreons are available on Mondays. And don't forget Banished by Blaze. But also keep your eye out for bonus episodes. I wonder, oh my God, a dream interview would be Onijah Hamed. Love her. Until next time, y'all. Stay lit.